Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Game Day 5 of the 2021 FIBA Women's AfroBasket. We're at the Palais de Sport in Yaoundé, Cameroon, and it's the quarterfinals where the games get tougher and the stakes are higher. Nothing is given, but every win gets you a step closer to being declared the champions of Africa. For our first matchup of the day, Nigeria, who have gone undefeated so far in this tournament, take on Laetitia Sahi and Cote d'Ivoire. And that's the lineup of the games for the day. You can see we're going to be in for a treat today. My name is Lale Shani, and I'm joined by the lovely Usher Komugisha. And Usher, as we take a look at the quarterfinals bracket there, the Tigres, who are looking for a three-peat, will be led by reigning MVP Ezine Kalou. Standing in their way is the sweetheart of the tournament, Sahi, averaging 18 points per game, and hopeful for the first upset of the tournament. Usher, what attitude do Nigeria have coming into this game with so many odds in their favor?
We've spoken about how Nigeria are the amazing team. They're the team to beat in this tournament. They're the team to beat on the African continent, unbeaten since October the 2nd, 2015, right here in Yaoundé. And if you are Coach Otis Hewley Jr., you're looking to make sure that your team stays motivated, and that's what they've looked like. You can see from their warm-up session, they're focused, they know what they want, and for them to get that three-peat, they have to win all their games, all their remaining games in this tournament, and that starts now as we get to the business end of this tournament.
Well, I'll tell you what, Cote d'Ivoire have entered this game and from the group stage and into the qualification to quarterfinal stage with 2 wins, 1 loss. They scooped up a quick win against Guinea, came down against Mali, and then beat Tunisia by 20 points to get into the final 8 of this tournament. They are shooting 39% from the 2-point field goals, 21% from 3 points, and 69% from the free throw. They're averaging about 52 total rebounds per game, but their strength really comes from the bench and from players like Jefarima Diawara, averaging 16 points per game, and then of course the name that we've been saying a lot in this tournament, Laetitia Sahi, 18 points per game, 8 rebounds per game. She's the only player on track to average a double-double.
Well, obviously looking at Laetitia Sahi, a very key player for Cote d'Ivoire, but what is worrying so far is that she fouled out against Guinea. She had 3 fouls against Mali and 1 against Tunisia. Against a well-oiled side like Nigeria, she faces great competition, but also worthy to note is that Cote d'Ivoire have 2 of the tournament's top scorers in Diawara and Sahi, and that should be a cause for worry for Nigeria.
It should indeed, and as the players look on at the Jumbotron and see some of their footage behind the scenes of their photo shoots, FIBA have done an absolutely amazing job of making sure the players feel like superstars. But Nigeria need no convincing, they are superstars. They are looking for their three-peat in this tournament, and they have gone undefeated so far. Coming off of 2 rest days, Nigeria played in the group of death against Angola and Mozambique. They beat both teams decisively, and that's really a testament to the program that they have. Coming off 3 losses in the Olympics earlier on this year, Nigeria looking to bounce back with a bang and remind the world that they are the queens of African basketball. They've been averaging 48% from the 2-point field goal, 26% from the 3 points, and an impressive 71% from the free throws. They have the stretch, Usher, with 26 bench points, and they'll be looking to make a decisive victory here at Game Day 5. And now let's have a brief pause in the commentary as we listen to the national anthems of Cote d'Ivoire and Nigeria.
sénateur d'Algérie et commissaire Joy Oliva de l'Ouganda, DJ Lim de la Côte d'Ivoire. Mesdames et messieurs, les seigneurs tunnels, Nigeria and Cote.
Few minutes to go here to the opening tip-off. And we'll have a look at the officiating squad for today's game. Didier Gaga from Rwanda, Ayad Khaled from Egypt, and Monica Nasuna from Uganda. Let's have a look at the starting five for Cote d'Ivoire. Giawara, Kani Kuyate, Zanabu Sieza, Mariama Kuyate, and Salimata Baird. This is a very offensively minded starting five, and coming off the bench, Laetitia Sahi to inject the energy that Cote d'Ivoire will need after the opening minutes. They'll be led by the head coach Igor Kovacevic from Serbia here in this tournament to cause an upset. Starting five for Nigeria, Elonu, the captain, will lead the way. Chidom, Ezin Kalu, reigning MVP, Victoria Makaule, and Ifi Ibekwe will be the starting five. Coming off the bench, we've seen that once Coach Otis will have his rotation, doesn't necessarily mean they'll go to weaker players. They've been absolutely great from the bench. 26 points from the bench, and I think coming off 2 rest days, Usher, Nigeria are well placed to really give Cote d'Ivoire the game of their lives.
Well, that's obviously the benefit of you finishing as top of the group. It gives the Tigress an opportunity to also see Cote d'Ivoire play the qualifiers for the quarterfinals, and that also will help Otis Hewley Jr.'s side. But Cote d'Ivoire have shown that they're a team that are very well motivated, have good energy. It's also a West African derby and an opportunity to look for history if they beat Nigeria. But can they?
Well, Coach Otis Hewley Jr. and his technical team have done a fantastic job scouting the teams in this tournament. The potential teams and the teams that they will face, better safe than sorry. And Nigeria will definitely be looking to finish top 4. It's just 2 games away before the African champion is declared, Usher. And it's just a few moments before the tip-off of the first game of the day. Hello again, everybody, and welcome to Yaoundé, Cameroon for the opening match of game day 5 between Nigeria and Cote d'Ivoire. Have a quick whistle on the floor. And a foul is going to be called on Victoria Macaulay. It's going to be a scrappy game. You can already see from the starting minute of this game, Salimata Bert has to let go a wild one. The shot clock was winding down. Sieza keeps it alive.
Sieza started off the game with very good energy there on offense.
Salimata Bert with the drive. It's slapped away by Ezine Kalu.
Ezine Kalu is not just good at driving the Nigerian offense. She has good hands on defense as well.
Diawara lets loose a quick shot. And here comes Kalu on the other end. She's going to do a heat check. And she's gets on the board early.
That was smooth from Ezine.
Kuyate. Ibekwe, who had a tough shooting night in the last game against Angola, will be looking to do better things today. Ezine Kalu is automatic. Red hot start for her. Picks up 5 points quickly. Bert to Diawara. Diawara with a kick out for the 3-point shot. Kuyate can't get it to drop. Chidum out to Ezine. Ezine tries to save it. And Nigeria will pick up their first turnover of this game. Those cross-court passes are just not very successful when it comes to the game of basketball. It's a lot can happen while the ball is still up in the air. Diawara will meet the toughest competition of this tournament so far. As Kalu brings the ball up. Macaulay gets it out to Bekwe. Bekwe won't go. Kani Kuyate, who has been averaging 9 rebounds per game. Macaulay slaps her attempt away. That's good defense from the Nigeria side. Elenu now puts the speed on for the easy finish. And Nigeria take a 7-point lead here in the first quarter. Bert from the wing, no go. And Usher, Cote d'Ivoire, who in their journey to the quarterfinals met Guinea, Mali, and Tunisia. This is arguably the toughest opponent they've met coming through the group stage and to this point right here. What do they need to do differently?
They have to take it one possession at a time and do what works for them and not try to play into Nigeria's hands.
After seeing Macaulay with a spin move, she gets up on the scoreboard. And Cote d'Ivoire have gone scoreless in the first 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Ibekwe will pick up her first foul. 2 team fouls for Nigeria. Macaulay, who is no stranger to tall defenders, knows how to spin the ball up and over. Diawara kicks out to Kouyaté. Kouyaté tries to find her sister driving on the baseline. It'll be a turnover for Cote d'Ivoire.
Cote d'Ivoire, who are very small-sized, will pay the price today as Otis Hewley Jr. goes for Ibekwe, Macaulay, and Chidom in that paint.
Chidom, spin move. She's fouled by Mariam Kouyaté. And if you're Coach Otis Hewley, Usher, you scouted Ivory Coast, what do you think their weaknesses are that you can capitalize on?
Well, obviously, looking at Cote d'Ivoire's offense, they're not very good at being efficient when put under pressure, and that's what the Tigers are trying to do. And so far, it's working, as they've limited them to no basket so far in the opening 4 minutes of this game.
Let's listen in on Cote d'Ivoire's timeout.
Ok, c'est très important. Contre position 5 et 4. Front, c'est n'a pas oublié. C'est n'a pas oublié. Très difficile derrière position. Attaque avec 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Passe, coupe, passe, coupe. Après, allez, allez vite. Pas être comme ça. Salut, salut, salut.
You can hear Coach Igor saying that Cote d'Ivoire needs to attack. And they've only attempted 7 times in this quarter so far. They've not been able to connect on any of those. They'll be looking to change that up as Kouyaté has a seat and Laetitia Sahi has checked into the game. And we'll see how she responds to the height of Macaulay and Chidom in the low post. Two clutch free throws for Odera Chidom. He's averaging 9 points in this tournament. He has a high off the glass. Diawara with the offensive rebound. Couldn't get it over Macaulay. She had to travel. And the ball will go the other way as Cote d'Ivoire get another turnover. Then at the wing, it's it to Azine to Ibekwe for the perimeter J. Chidom tips it back into her hands. New shot clock for Nigeria. Macaulay sees she has the space, takes that shot, won't go. Kani Kouyaté gets it to Diawara. Diawara hasn't had the confidence to take that center drive today. Sahi, on the other hand, with the confidence to shoot. Chidom out to Elonu to Macaulay. Basket is good. Macaulay drills the 3-point shot to make this a 14-0 run for Nigeria. 5 points for Macaulay.
Things are not looking good for Les Elephants.
Macaulay on the weak side. Can't get it to go. Diawara to Sahi. Sahi finally puts Cote d'Ivoire on the board after 5.5 minutes played here in the first quarter. And Cote d'Ivoire getting a warm welcome to the playoffs by Nigeria.
And who else could have scored but Sahi?
Macaulay is tripped up on her way to the hoop. Sahi takes it to Chidom. And there's a mishandle. Ball will stay with Les Elephants.
There's a miscommunication there between Chidom and Macaulay. And Coach Otis Hewley frustrated there.
Kouyaté with the three. Can't get that one to drop. She was feeling good in her last game. Chidom now creates some space. Here comes Kouyaté to Giawara. Giawara with her first field goal in this game. She's one of the biggest offensive threats for Cote d'Ivoire, and I think now that Cote d'Ivoire have been able to get up on the scoreboard, they can build some momentum off of that, try cut down this quick lead that Nigeria has been able to build in the first quarter. Cote d'Ivoire have excelled in transition points and points off of turnovers, and they'll be looking to get some more of that action in this game. Amu Kamara. Kani Kouyaté couldn't get a hand on the ball, and it'll be another turnover for Cote d'Ivoire. It's just a small fumble there as Cote d'Ivoire try to shake out the cobwebs, shake off the fatigue. This is the fourth game they've played in about 5 days. It's a tough ask for any team.
Well, when you want to be among the best on the African continent, you have to be ready for a tournament as grueling as this. So there are no excuses whatsoever, especially when you're playing against a team like Nigeria. You have to be ready.
Giawara in the wing creates space for herself. She does a great job of creating that shot. The bounce pass to Kunayi, Kunayi to Kalu. Swing the ball out to find Elonu in the wing. Elonu with a dagger. 16 points, Nigeria. Adaora Elonu now with 5 points in this game.
Elonu playing like the captain that she is, a great leader of this team.
Adaora Elonu, who has averaged 11 points and 3 assists in this game, is leading by example. Great team captains. Amu Kamara can't get it to drop. Kouyaté kicks it out to Giawara. Giawara with the shot fake, goes up, it's fouled on the floor. She'll go to the line to shoot 2. And it's good to see Giawara still has the confidence to be aggressive enough and attack Nigeria's defense. She should not have to change her game regardless of the opponent. Giawara hits both free throws. Just about 2 minutes, 20 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Okonkwo checked back in the game for Nigeria. Kunayi tries to find Elonu cutting. And Cote d'Ivoire had the last touch, so the ball will stay with Nigeria. Amu Kamara with the finish. It's a 13-point lead for Nigeria. Leticia Sahi with a crossover, And a great finish for Sahi.
She's definitely warming up to this game, and it's helping Cote d'Ivoire.
Okonkwo from deep. She's wide open. She takes that shot, makes it count. And I don't think there's any player on Nigeria's squad who can't shoot the 3-ball. But really, basketball has changed these days, Usher. Post players and guards alike are expected to shoot that 3-point shot, especially if you want to compete at the highest levels. Okonkwo again, the wing. She's trapped and has to be a kick out. Another wild pass to Ezine in the wing. And that's the second time that she's had to try and save the ball as it's going out of bounds.
It looks like just because Ezine Kalu is the reigning MVP, her teammates think that she's Superwoman. She can get anything on the court. Looks like she's human after all.
Sahi kicks it out to Kouyaté for the 3-point shot. No go. And Cote d'Ivoire have been struggling from the 3. Laetitia Sahi. Tough move from her. Rebounded by Kunai, and here comes Sarah Ogoke. Nice pass to find Okonkwo on the cut. And Nigeria are putting on a clinic.
Everyone needs guards like that, like Sarah Ogoke, to just make their teammates look good while they also finish.
Jiawara. Single coverage with Olonu. She almost gets bottled up in the paint. Cieza has to let one go, too strong. And it's 5 seconds of the game clock. Okonkwo can't get that one to fall. And that will take us to the end of the first quarter. 16-point lead for Nigeria. And they've been doing a fantastic job distributing the ball, making sure that everyone on the floor is active and engaged. And that's going to lead to Nigeria 24, Cote d'Ivoire 8 points.
It is a solid performance from the Tigress. They'll be pleased with the way that they've started this game with energy, power, and precision. Really showing that they are the reigning champions for a reason. 0-for-6 for Cote d'Ivoire behind the arc, 4-for-5 for Nigeria on the other end. And both teams have been 100% on the charity line. And for Cote d'Ivoire, they'll need to take that ball to Nigeria and attempt to finish with those fouls, if they can get them, and head to the charity line. Ezine Kalu, she's been incredible on offense and on defense, and reminding everyone why she is the superstar that she is, playing at her 3rd AfroBasket.
We have 3 Nigerian players with 5 points: Okonkwo, Elonu, Kalu, and Macaulay, actually. So that makes it 4 players and 7 assists in this quarter alone. Nigeria are known to have really mastered their motion offense. It comes in part to the amount of time they spent with each other, the relationships they've built on the floor and off the floor, led by Coach Otis Hewley, who I'm sure is proud with how the Tigress are performing so far.
Well, Coach Otis Hewley Jr. has been incredible with the Nigerian team and trying to push them to maximize their potential. Even when they come into a game as the clear favorites, they're trying to work on small aspects of the game, like making sure they improve their efficiency while also respecting their opponent.
The strength of an experienced team is to get a quick lead in the first quarter and allow your opponent to chase. Nigeria recognized that. And Cote d'Ivoire have not led throughout this entire matchup. It's going to be an offensive foul on Okonkwo. She had sealed, but she gave a little push to create space. But it was a good idea, Usher.
That was a good idea indeed.
Giawara to Bert. Bert with a tough move to the basket. That one will count. And Salimata Bert with her first field goal in this game. Okonkwo gets it into Inabosi on the low post. Back out to Amukamara. You have to take a look at that shot clock as it winds down. Palace lets one go, misses everything. And she had the look. Rushed that shot a little bit. Here comes Kuyate on the other end. Leticia Sahi, she's not backing down for anybody. And it's good to see an aggressive play from her. Couldn't get that one to drop. Ogoke to Amukamara. Amukamara finds Okonkwo in the low post. That was good recovery defense from Cote d'Ivoire. Nigeria to inbound. Ogoke kicks it out to Okonkwo for another three. This time, this one won't drop. Kept alive by Kunayi. Ogoke takes a go at it. That one won't go either. And Kunayi doing her best on the boards. Kani Kuyate managed to grab that one down. And here comes Salimata Bert. They'll call the foul on Kunayi. Picks up her second foul. She's had good minutes in this game so far. Giawara chases it down, tries to keep it alive. She wanted it so badly. "14-point lead for Nigeria with 2 minutes played. Ogoke at the wing. The shot fake is stripped away by Kani Kuyate. And a good display of sportsmanship there, even at the knockout stage level.
Really interesting to see how Nigeria are playing with these young players. Anabosi, 24 years, Okonkwo, 25, and Palace at just 24. Just goes to show you how long they've come as a country from all the days of Mfon Udoka, who won with Nigeria.
As Ogoke hits that pocket three, it's good to see Coach Otis Hewley going deep into his bench, actually. At this point in the game, it just shows how much he trusts the entire 12 players on the floor. 12 players on his lineup. That's a good defensive play by Ogoke. And they'll call the foul on Amani.
That's a solid performance there from Sarah Ogoke on both ends of the court.
Looking at the 5 players on the floor for Nigeria, Usher, you see Akaraiwe, Inabosi, Ogoke, And in the corner, Amakamara, all the starting five, except for Okonkwo, are on the bench. And what do you think Coach Otis's intentions are with the 5 players on the floor?
Well, since he took over in 2018, he's been trying to make sure that the team gets an opportunity to grow together. And you can see that the selection, the team selection, since he took over, is growing. And these players have about 7 or 8 years together, and they can continue to dominate the African continent. And as a country with so much talent, there's so many others watching on television and saying, we want to be here, we want to be part of the conversation. And that gives an opportunity also for these players here to show what they have. And this is it. So not the starting 5, but the bench players putting in a good shift. And that's what Otis Hewley Jr. wants to see.
Continuity.
That's the word.
Kuyate in the wing. Tries to muscle her way in, kicks it out for Giawara. Giawara has been off in this game. We try and contain Okonkwo. Okonkwo had a red-hot start and has slowed down a little bit here in the second quarter. She has 5 points. Kuyate of Cote d'Ivoire picks up a foul. And Leticia Sahi tries to get the steal and the fast break.
That was good defense there from her. Despite losing the ball eventually, she'll be pleased that the effort was good.
And Sahi now with 4 points in this game. Toughest opponent that she's played in this tournament so far. Ogoke to Okonkwo. Stolen by Amani. Amani gets it to Jejamel. Jejamel tries to knock it off the board.
There's a slight hesitation there.
Inabosi trying to take it all the way to hoop, and the rejection from Leticia, but they'll call the foul. And we talked about her fouling situation in the last game. She fouled out in the fourth quarter. I don't think I have a problem with what she did in this play, though, Usher.
Well, looking at the replay there, she's always a player that brings that presence to the paint for Cote d'Ivoire.
Rebound to Okonkwo and the putback. And Leticia Sahi has to put a body on her. Giawara hasn't been able to operate as freely as she'd like, as Kani Kuyate with the baseline drive, kicks it out to Sahi. Sahi all the way to the basket. She'll shoot 2. That was a strong, aggressive play from her, attacking the defense. And that's what she needs to keep on doing in this game. A substitution, Nigeria. Okonkwo has a breather as Musa, one of Nigeria's domestic players, checks into the game. Coach Otis continuing to give the starting 5 a breather, continuing to rest the legs. Sahi, beautiful free throw shot. Great form. Amukamara now to bring the ball up. Gonna call the foul on Amani. She picks up her second in this game. And Cote d'Ivoire have put Nigeria in the bonus early, and I'm sure Nigeria are going to take full advantage of that as Amu Kamara knocks down that first free throw. Just a second to go. Nigeria now going to switch to a full court press. Put some ball pressure on that. Amani manages to get it to Giawara. Giawara kills the dribble, and look at that pressure defense from Sarah Ogoke, one of the most athletic players on Nigeria's squad. She's definitely going to be giving the Cote d'Ivoire backcourt a tough time. Sahi, she's been great with the one-on-one situations. This time couldn't get a good look at the hoop. And Abosi, it's good defense from Kani Kuyate. There's a fight to recover the ball. That's great hustle from Cote d'Ivoire. And they're going to call the walk on Amu Kamara. Ball going the other way. Amu Kamara was frustrated. Tried to have a conversation with Monica Nasuna before the whistle. And that level of focus is just so important at this level in the game. Jejemel off on that one, offensive boards. Amani, she goes right back up. Can't get that one to fall either. 20-point lead for Nigeria as Ogoke creates for herself. And that one is short. Usher, I'm honestly just so impressed with the stretch that Nigeria has. The ability to play with so many of your bench players for this long, we're talking about third string off the bench, is really a testament to the program.
Nigeria is a country of very talented players. They could line up two other teams that are not here and still compete favorably. But that just goes to speak about the quality of depth. And speaking categorically about a player like Sarah Ogoke, she was not selected to go and play at the Tokyo 20 Olympics. But still, when she was called upon to come here to Yaoundé, she showed up, trained, and is delivering on court off the bench. No hard feelings, a true professional.
Salimata Bert with her first three-pointer in this game. And you talked about the Olympics, Usher. We saw Elizabeth Balogun in that lineup and Erica Ogumike. When do you think we'll see more Nigerian players from the WNBA? Because there are a large number of them in AfroBasket tournaments.
Well, the story, you can say, began in 2017 when the Tigers won the Women's AfroBasket in Mali and defended it in Dakar, and their trips to the World Cup and to the Olympics in Tokyo have gotten a lot of interest from the Nigerian players playing in the WNBA and across the world who want to now come back home and play for their countries. And you can see with the Ogumika sisters, Neka and Chine, who showed interest to play at the Tokyo Olympics. And there's so many more that are willing to now come back home and play for Nigeria.
I think it would be extremely exciting to see players of the caliber of Nneka and Chiney at AfroBasket tournaments and representing African countries at the highest levels of basketball, the Olympics and the World Cups. I think that's when the face of African basketball will really begin to change, and the profile as well will get much higher.
Well, Nigeria are part of that story. They are leading the conversation, and it's working so far.
Timeout on the floor. Nigeria will make some adjustments coming into the bottom half of the second quarter here. Let's head to the bench and hear what Coach Otis has to say.
Come on now. When you get a rebound, we got it, you don't have it, you get out of there. We don't need you. Promise can get it by herself. What you do is you button hook right here, we can throw it to you. Okay? Or if it's a one-man front, you're the inbounder, you stay back with Promise. You guys pitch it back and forth. But don't try to dribble it up the sideline unless it's a missed shot. Hey, let's try to run. Okay. Let's face guard. And let's put, who's inbounding the ball? Huh? Okay, all right, let's just put Nicole here and you take the inbound. All right, no, you got Suleiman. So whoever inbound the ball, you get here. Everybody else, come on, let's stand up, deny that girl. Come on, here we go. Everybody else deny that girl. Everybody else deny that girl. Defense.
Look at some of the statistics there. Cote d'Ivoire, who have been averaging 39 and 21% from the 2 points and 3 points, are averaging 18 and 13. And Usher, do you think who you play leading up to the playoffs of a tournament matters how you perform ultimately down the stretch?
Not really. I mean, if you're a professional player, whatever opponent you face, you want to get that victory. And it's all about mental strength. We've seen that from teams like Mozambique. They lost both their group games against Angola and Nigeria, and yesterday they bounced back against Kenya. And that's the sort of attitude that you need from players playing at this level.
Sahi on the drive. We talked about how we want to see her attack more. And she's just a great stretch forward, has the ball handling ability. So if she gets that ball at the three-point arc, she knows that she can drive it in. And they call the foul on Nkem Akaraiwe. It's going to be her second. As it's in out for Leticia Sahi.
For a player like Sahi, you want to put up a great performance when you're playing the defending champions, because the entire world is looking at you, and she knows it. She's trying to deliver in the best way possible.
She gets that second free throw to go, shooting 72% from the line. And we see some of the starting five lineup back on the floor as Sahi makes it tough for Ibekwe to inbound to Elonu. Elonu to inbound, gets it to Kalu. We're going to call a quick foul on Sieza. And with both teams in the bonus here, Kalu will head to the line to shoot two. And as Kalu gets set up to shoot these free throws, we've heard, Usher, that she's interested in something that FIBA is advertising. It's called She Calls a Game. FIBA's looking for the next iconic female voice in basketball commentary. And We're asking that you send a 1 to 2 minute video of why you think should be the new voice of FIBA basketball. Usher and myself are having a good time here at the AfroBasket doing commentary on this game. I'd like to be more female representation at the top basketball tournaments around the world. Usher, you have some more details on that.
Well, yes, you could be a current commentator, sports presenter, social media content creator, or just a fan of the game of basketball. All that matters to us is that you can do what all great commentators do, enhance what's on your screen with passion, expert knowledge, and personality. And who knows, you could be on your way to the FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup in Sydney, Australia next year.
Speaking of the World Cup, top 2 teams of this tournament, the gold and the silver, will qualify for the qualifying tournament, the FIBA World Cup that Usher is talking about. So we talked about the stakes. The stakes are high as we take a look at some of the last play there. It's going to be a foul on Leticia Sahi, unsportsmanlike, and Elonu will shoot 2. You can see Giawara having a conversation with Sahi. She fouled out the last game. Cote d'Ivoire will want to have her presence on the floor for this one. We'll see what adjustment she makes as Elonu rims out on the second free throw. She's been shooting 50% this tournament from the charity stripe. Is generally a very reliable free throw shooter. Ibekwe to Elonu. Kalu now floats it in to Macaulay, goes off the leg of Cieza. And it seems like Macaulay rushed her move. She didn't quite know her positioning in that low post. Ogoke, way off. Leticia Sahi is gonna go all the way. She loses her balance, can't finish it out. Tries to save it coming from out of bounds. And it was good hustle from the Cote d'Ivoire side, but they really, really have to make those fast break opportunities. It's a good save from Kouyaté. Gets it out to Giawara. Konate now on the baseline. Tries to create for a shot, smacked away by Goke. That's good defense from the D Tigress. Ibekwe at the base with a nice floater, can't get it to drop. Macaulay with a rebound and finishes that one up. 39 points for Nigeria, 16 Cote d'Ivoire, minute and 45 to go in this half. It's going to be a jump ball. That's a good fight between Zine Kalu and Konate. Ibekwe at the wing. They're gonna call a walk on her. She has a conversation with herself. Coach Otis Hewley not impressed. And for the right mind, Coach Otis Hewley could actually be a walking meme in this pop culture. Giawara high off the glass, can't get that one to fall. Abu Kamara, wow, how did she get her hands on that one? Too strong off the glass. And it's Sahi with the rebound. She'll bring the ball up. No foul called, but the ball stays with Cote d'Ivoire. And Sahi, at 21 years old, it's this experience that will make her a better player. Mariam Kouyaté gets a hand on the ball. She's looking for the kick. Sahi lets one go, hasn't been able to get to her sweet spots yet. She wanted the foul, it wasn't called. Ibekwe on the other end gets it to Kalu. Makaule, who is automatic in that low post. She is so comfortable scoring when she gets the ball. Right down there, as we take a look at Nigeria's assists, we've talked about the clinic that they're putting on here as Kouyaté rattles in a basket for Cote d'Ivoire. 11 to go in this quarter. Makaule straight to the hoop. And that's two back-to-back field goals for Makaule. As Nigeria extend the three is a buzzer beater. And Konate showing no excitement for that shot, but her teammates certainly like it. 21 points for Cote d'Ivoire. And that buzzer beater was not enough to put a smile on the face of Konate, who I'm sure is just so frustrated with the outcome of this game. But Cote d'Ivoire are down but not out. 21 points for them. Nigeria 43. It's halftime. And what a game it has been for Nigeria, who have just been off for the races since the get-go. 11-0 run at the top of the first quarter. Usher, take us through some of those stats.
Well, obviously, looking at Cote d'Ivoire, they've been trying to shoot that ball behind the arc, but it's 1 for 8 for them now. They just need to be consistent. Nigeria out-rebounding them 29 for 17. 10 assists, just going to show how the Tigers are sharing that ball. We spoke about the depth on the bench. They've been able to, play the non-starters, and they've delivered so far. And you can see that, it's a high-scoring game for the Tigers, and perhaps they'll be trying to look for the century.
Well, we'll have more game action for you in a moment. Let's have a brief break.
Sortie du 22 Chilon, entrée du numéro 0, Ami Okoku. Prochain arrêt favorable. Deuxième essai.
to Correa, Correa to Mendes, Mendes back out to Livramento, 5 on the shot clock. Bash with the step back, yes! Josiana Bash knows how to get the job done for Cape Verde, and she gets up on the scoreboard. 3 points for the island side. And Egypt continuing to extend this lead. The trap defense, that was good recovery from El Sharawi for that block. Pumps the brakes, but it's a good use of time. Oh my goodness! Look at the block from Natalie Akini against Tamara Seda. At the 2021 AfroBasket.
Well, obviously they were in camp for just a month, which is different from what Egypt.
Jallo gets it out to. Oh, and what a block! What an excellent block from Laeticia Sahi. Does it so casually, Usher.
And that is her 6th block in this tournament.
We have walked this land for a long time. We know how far we've gone, and we're sure of how far we can go. Unity is not just a word here. It's not just a spirit in this sport. It's the way we all move. We are proud of our art, country, family, language, and culture. We are united by basketball.
Welcome to FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup 2022.
Welcome back to the Palais de Sport Arena here in Yaoundé, Cameroon. Nigeria have taken a commanding lead of 43 points to Cote d'Ivoire's 21. They went on a run in the first quarter, never looked back. Taking a look at the game leaders, Sahi, 7 points for her, Kuyate 6 rebounds, Amani 1 assist, and Leticia Sahi picked up a bit of foul trouble. She picked 2 personal fouls in the first half. But even with those 7 points, she has been off from the field, Usher. Very low field goal percentage.
Well, obviously going into this game, we were thinking that we will see a good matchup between Sahi and Macaulay or Ibekwe. But so far, you can say that from her past performances in this tournament, Sahi has been quiet, but it's understandably so, because you're playing against a very incredible side. And Macaulay, 11 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists for Promise Amkamara coming off the bench. But let's stick with Macaulay, 11 points in under 10 minutes played. That is very good efficiency, and standing at 6'4", very expected as they're playing against a very small-sized Cote d'Ivoire side.
She found her rhythm early and stuck with it. And we take a look at Azine Kalu's stats. She's averaging 14-10 tonight, and she's on track to be right at her average and probably surpass it.
Well, talking about her stats, it's very easy to just say that she has 10 points, but she's 2 for 2 in the field. And looking at the free throw line, 1 for 1, 5 for 5 on the free throw. Wow, that is incredible from the reigning MVP, Azine Kalu. She's a girl that is very talented. And Leticia Sahi on the other side for Cote d'Ivoire, 7 points in this game, 3 rebounds, and yet to get onto the assists column. But she will need to dig deep in that second half if Cote d'Ivoire are to challenge the reigning champions.
Experience is the best teacher, and for Leticia Sahi, this game right here is going to show her how to adjust in her game and show that it really is a team effort, not just individual play. Regardless of the outcome, Usher, I believe that Leticia Sahi is well on her way to be the tournament top 5.
Well, obviously, when you look at how consistent she's been for a girl of her age, 21 years, playing at a very fast AfroBasket, she has become the light story alongside players like Ewodu. So now we're seeing some new faces in the women's AfroBasket, and that's a beautiful thing. It's a good story for women's basketball development on the continent.
Well, it's a 21-point lead for the Tigress here, and we saw a lot of minutes played by the bench. Coach Otis has not felt the need to really give his starting 5 too much airtime, and that's a good position for Nigeria to be in. We talked about their journey to this point right here. They played against Angola, Mozambique. Usher, is this their easiest opponent so far?
Well, this is, I mean, when you look at the group that they were in, they were with Angola, a 2-time African champion, Mozambique, who have reached the semifinals in the last 2 editions of the women's AfroBasket, and talking about Cote d'Ivoire that, you know, have been struggling over the past decade, but now they face their biggest opponent in Nigeria. And coming into the second half of this game, I'd like to see more of the locally based Mujanatu Musa, who plays for Air Warrior Basketball Club back in Nigeria as a 21-year-old. You can see that she's excited to be here. But we'll wait for Otis Hewley Jr. maybe to give her an opportunity later on in this game. And on the floor you have the starting 5 back to do the duty. That is to extend the Tigresses' lead in this game.
Here comes Bertin Cote d'Ivoire to start off the third. Sahi, strong move, straight to the basket.
And that was the wishful matchup that I was looking for. Sahi up against Macaulay.
Leticia No, that's Jiawara with a nice defensive play there for the steal. Kuyate thought she was fouled, and they'll call it. She's helped up. And she'll head to the charity stripe to shoot 3 as Ibekwe picks up an early foul here. That's going to be her second.
Ibeka was very late to the party and also quite unnecessary.
It's never going to end well when you come from the back and try and block a three-point shooter.
That's right, because there's a follow-through there, and that's right where Ibekwe made the contact.
Kani Kuyate, who has been shooting 75% from free throw, which connects on 2 out of 3 of those free throws. And Lono wide open, off the mark. Nigeria get it back. Ibekwe makes that one count. And Cote d'Ivoire need to do a better job of containing those second chance points for Nigeria. Although they only allowed 4 in the first half, they need to continue with that same pace for this second. Kuyate, 5 seconds, finger roll finish. No good for Leticia Sahi. And Alono will push the ball on the other end. Get it to Ibekwe. Ibekwe finds Macaulay in the low post. Macaulay didn't realize just how wide open she was. Could have gone right back up to close it out, but she gets a second chance and will go to the free throw line. Macaulay had Kani Kuyate on her, significantly shorter player. She could have gone straight back up to finish that usher. Maybe gotten the three-point opportunity.
Sometimes you need a break on the free throw line just to catch your breath, and perhaps that's what Macaulay is thinking about.
Ah, so you think it was intentional?
Well, I'm just thinking out loud.
Barrett to bring the ball up. Gets it to Jiawara, who's had a quiet game so far. Kuyate kicks it out to Barrett. Barrett with 4 to shoot. Wasn't able to finish it out. It's a new shot clock for Cote d'Ivoire as Jiawara finishes that play. That's a great hustle from Salimata Barrett to make sure Cote d'Ivoire convert on that possession. 6 points for Jiawara. Sahi to pick up her 3rd foul. And if you're Coach Igor, are you putting her on the bench or are you letting her play it out?
Absolutely no. She has got to grow in the game and learn to manage her fouling situation. And this is part of the learning process for her.
Kalu wants to screen. No stranger to the big moments. Macaulay tries to keep it alive. But there's going to be a shot clock, a violation, and 20-point lead for Nigeria. 2.5 played here. Kuyate on the wing. The drive and the kick to Leticia Sahi. She is a threat at the three-point line there. Doesn't get that one. She's going to try and make a tough shot for Kalu, but Ezine Kalu is money on that open lane. Timeout has to be called on the floor. No, there's a technical foul actually called. We'll take a look at the replay. Usher, what did you see?
Well, it looks like Ezine Kalu has been complaining a lot to the referees, and they earlier on had a word with her, and finally they've had enough, and it's a technical foul on her as Otis Hewley Jr. substitutes her so that she can catch her breath.
More like cool off.
Cool off, yeah, that's the right word.
Sahi almost loses it. That's good defense from Makaule. She throws it back into the hands of Kuyate. And Jiawara, spin move, can't close it out. Ibekwe to bring the ball up. And she meets two orange jerseys. They're not going to give her any space to make a move. The ball will still stay with Nigeria as Cieza picks up her second foul. It's a bit too strong on that defense. Amukamara to inbound. Kunai throws the ball out of bounds. Unforced turnover.
There's actually a push there. Macaulay was pushed by Kuyate, Mariam.
Three fouls for Kuyate. .6:37 to go here in the third quarter. Nigeria have managed to maintain a 20-plus lead here. Kuyate kicks it out for the three-point shot. Kani drains the three-pointer. Trying to give Cote d'Ivoire a lease on life here. Another foul called on Jiawara, and Cote d'Ivoire have picked up their fifth team foul, Usher.
That's very dangerous play for Les Elephants. It's important to play good defense, but they have to be very careful because the Nigerian team is very quick on their feet and are very good responders.
You have to imagine that Jiawara is very frustrated at this point in the game. She has just 4 points. And this is a player that has averaged 16. And we've seen her in double digits coming into the third quarter in almost all the games that she's played earlier.
Well, that's the thing about professional players. When you can't score, you make sure you do other things in the game. You can play good defense, you can assist. And that is what she's been able to do.
They're going to call the foul on Kalu, and she is incredulous. That's going to be her second. Jiawara now kicks it out to Kuyate. Kuyate gets it into Mariama Kuyate. Kuyate with the long two. Got it. Amukamara. Yes, rattles it in. And Nigeria with the answer on the other end of the floor. Cote d'Ivoire have just not been able to get these stops against Nigeria, Usher.
Nigeria are commendable. They have a good rhythm and they're running away with it in this game. They don't allow themselves to be in a place where their rhythm is stopped. Doesn't matter who is on court. They have to continue with the same objective. And the objective here is to maintain a double-digit lead in this game as comfortable as possible so that all the players on the court and on the bench get to play.
Ibekwe to Elonu. Elonu gets it to Kalu. Kalu tries to do a bounce pass into the paint. And Macaulay picks up another foul, knocking Kuyate out of bounds. And that's going to be Macaulay's first foul. 14 fouls Nigeria. They're about to put Cote d'Ivoire in the bonus. Mariam Kuyate wasn't able to convert on that one. Ibekwe to Kalu. Kalu shakes off Mariama and puts one up. And Asher and I have talked about this all week. Basketball is a game of runs and stops. And Nigeria continuing to extend this lead, making sure they stop and make sure Cote d'Ivoire doesn't score on the other end. Scoring time and time again.
Nigeria are unstoppable so far here at the women's AfroBasket, and they know it, we know it, everyone knows it.
Take a look at Kalu shaking off Mariama Kuyate for the open finish. Such an intelligent player. As it's a nice steal from Kani Kuyate. Yamani, who's checked back into the game for Cote d'Ivoire. Mariama, she sees that open baseline. She's managed to create space for herself. Just couldn't finish it. Ibekwe now on the other end gets to Kalu. Kalu sees Ibekwe in the low post. Ibekwe sees the opportunity and lays it in nice and easy.
That was very smart from Ibekwe. She knows that Sahi is in foul trouble and cannot do much there. And smart also from Sahi to not foul.
Giawara just hasn't been able to connect with the hoop. As Usher likes to say, she needs to have a conversation with the hoop and make sure they're in good terms. Three fouls for Ibekwe, Usher.
3 fouls for Ibekwe as Coach Otis Hewley makes a substitution there. In comes Okonkwo and out Macaulay.
Giawara from deep. Giawara drills that three-point shot. And it's 3 points for Cote d'Ivoire, 9 points for her. Ibekwe to Amukamara. Amukamara looking for Okonkwo. Okonkwo, who's been an absolute threat in that low post, makes it count once again. She picks up her 9th point after just checking back into this game. And it seems to me, Usher, that the strength for Nigeria in this matchup really has been in their post players.
Whatever way you look at it, yes, that's the answer, because you're playing against a team like Cote d'Ivoire that is very small size with their tallest player at 6'2" in Leticia Sahi, as well as Komba Dirasuba and Ama Uroga. And that's not good enough when you have Nigeria with players like Ami Okonkwo, Palace, all at 6'2", Mujanatu Musa as well, Chidom, Macaulay at 6'4", with a very wide arm span as well.
It's a tall order
Literally, it's a tall order.
I'm glad you caught that pun, Usher. Making me feel really good about myself right now.
Looks like you're the wordsmith.
Cieza called for the travel as Cote d'Ivoire pick up another turnover. There's 1 minute and 48 seconds left to go in this quarter. You can see Coach Otis Hewley wanting Musa to check into the game. And she'll replace Adaora Enonu. Kalu with the handles. Thrown out of bounds. That was good defensive pressure from Mariama Kuyate to make sure Amu Kamara doesn't get a handle on that ball. Kani Kuyate will inbound as Captain Elonu has a seat. Ezine Kalu joins her as Sarah Goke checks into the game for Nigeria. In for the first time is also Kone for Cote d'Ivoire. It's a long three for Amani, and she's way off target. And taking a look at Cote d'Ivoire's shot selection, Usher, they've been forced to take those three-point shots, and it's not looking good for them.
Well, that is something that you have to give a big kudos to Otis Hewley. For reading into that and saying that shot selection is not usually the best, and you want to force them into that sort of frustration, and it's working for Nigeria so far.
Amu Kamara dances around the defense, couldn't close it out. Okonkwo tries to fight for the boards. Kuyate, who's been averaging 9 rebounds per game, manages to snatch it down. She tries to cut into the paint. Another steal for Nigeria, and I'm trying to finish for Ogoke. And she just had too much momentum. Couldn't go softly up on the board. But Nigeria stay with the possession. Musa. Stripped away by Mariama Kuyate. And they're gonna call an offensive foul. Abiba Kone. Peeks up the offensive. And the game must go on. 10 on the shot clock for Nigeria. Ogoke wants to screen. She'll be trying to create for her shot. The drive and the kick out for Musa for that perimeter shot. No good. Okonkwo fighting for the rebound. And wasn't able to gather her feet. She's helped up. Amani kicks it out to Mariama Kuyate for the three-point shot. Air ball. And Musa just couldn't get it off on time. That would have been her first field goal if they had been able to convert the fast break. End of the third quarter, Nigeria 59, Cote d'Ivoire 35 points. Cote d'Ivoire have not been able to cut down this lead at the end of the second quarter. It was 43-21. Usher, take us through some of the stats there.
Well, obviously, looking at that, look at Cote d'Ivoire's 4 for 14 behind the arc. That's what we were just talking about, and how they've failed to convert behind the arc. it's not really working for them, and now they have to just drive that ball into the paint, pick those fouls, or at least lay up. And that is what Sahi was doing right there when you look at your screen. And as Zine Kalu on the other end, MVP, and she's been putting in the work. You can see that that is why she has 14 points, the highest point scorer in this game. Not disappointing, Macaulay with the 13, and Amy Okonkwo off the bench with 9 points. And Ife Ibekwe, she's been doing a lot of work on defense, and it's working for her. And look at her turnaround there on the best line. Her long hands making that layup look so easy. But the standout for me really has been Amy Okonkwo and Anna Bossi. They've grown from strength to strength, and for players that are that young to feel comfortable at this stage just goes to show you that Nigeria mean business. And I spoke earlier about how you have former talents like Mfon Udoka, who won the AfroBasket with Nigeria back in 2003 and 2005. And to see these young players coming up and trying to emulate that talent speaks highly of a team like Nigeria.
We've talked about continuity, Usher. You've mentioned Mfon Udoka, making sure the next generation of Nigerian basketball players are properly equipped to continue the legacy. Musa now, the baseline. Speaking of legacy, it's a hard fight for her to score. Okonkwo too strong on that pass, and it's thrown out of bounds. Kone at the wing. Cote d'Ivoire going to work that ball in the perimeter. Mani attacks, gets it out to Kani Kuyate for the three-point shot. Off the mark. Mariama Kuyate with the offensive board. Mariama Kuyate. Dribble jumper for her and drains it. Mariama Kuyate now with 6 points in this game.
That came from so far for Mariama Kuyate, but very timely.
Okonkwo, a good job of getting positioning. Just couldn't finish that move. Kone will bring it up. Finds Cieza in the corner. Amani gets Musa in the air and finishes beautifully.
That's very good instinct from Amani, and she'll be pleased that she made that count.
And you can hear the bench coming to life, Usher. You can hear them chanting defense as the 5 on the floor have injected some energy, and why not? Look at that move from Amani. Just great, great basketball. First field goal in this game.
Wow, that indeed is a very good run for Cote d'Ivoire with Mariam Kuyate, and then on the other end you have Amani, but the replay there on the fall. Good hands, you would say.
And Abosi looking for Okonkwo. Okonkwo makes him pay. She gets great positioning there in that low post and is so effective with the drop step. It's a good steal from Ogoke. Steal back from Mariama Kuyate. And they have the numbers. Cieza gets it out to Kani. Kani, one dribble, puts it up, knocks it down. Cote d'Ivoire on a run.
Very good for Les Elephants. They're in for a good run.
Oh, look at the rejection from Cieza. And they'll call the foul on Kani Kuyate. And the energy in this gymnasium has gone up about 2 notches just from that run for Cote d'Ivoire. Usher.
Well, we keep saying that basketball is a game of runs, and Cote d'Ivoire know that they want to milk this run from every aspect. And as Anabosi tries to score from the line, they'll catch their breath.
Anabosi misses both free throws. And Coach Otis Hewley still not under any pressure to change the 5 that are on the floor. He's going to let them figure it out as Kani Kuyate goes all the way. She's fouled by Musa. Musa will pick up her first personal foul. And Usher, what have Cote d'Ivoire done differently in the last couple of minutes that have allowed them to get on a small scoring run here against Nigeria?
Well, they've just been able to pass that ball until they find the perfect moment to score. And really the fact that all the players on the floor understand that it is their duty, so they're looking out for each other, they're communicating better, and it's working.
Well, Cote d'Ivoire have had 9 assists to Nigeria's 15. And as Usher said, they're moving the ball around a bit better. Last quarter here of the game as Okonkwo. How do you stop her? She's a threat inside. She's a threat outside. Okonkwo having a big game this morning in Yaoundé.
14 points for her coming off the bench. That is impressive on the day that Otis Hewley Jr. has given her a lot of playing time.
Musa picks up her second. And we're going to have a substitution for Nigeria. Azine Kalu and Ibekwe checking into the game as Musa and Enabosi go out. Taking a look at that 3-point shot from Okonkwo. I love post players who can shoot the 3. The game really has changed over the last decade, and Nigeria right there with the top trends in basketball worldwide.
Talking about bigs that can shoot the 3. I mean, when you look at Amy Okonkwo, she's not your typical center or forward. She's a versatile player that can play up to 3 positions on the floor. And that just comes in handy that she can shoot behind the arc.
Kalu long pass to Ibekwe. Back around the perimeter to Kalu. Kalu short. Offensive board for Mariama Kuyate. Amani. She thought she was fouled. But really, she just kept the ball in her hands for a bit too long. You can see her teammates struggling to get positioning, struggling to get open. Cote d'Ivoire's Amani will head to the bench as in checks in the veteran experience of Salimata Bert. Kalu out to Makaule, talking about stretch post players. She'll pick up right where Okonkwo left off. And she's also a 3-point threat. Jiawara. Rejection from Adaora Elonu. Just, casually slapping the ball away. And that was great defense from her.
Jawara, she has long hands. And that is always very helpful on the defensive side.
Sisi Asahi fighting for that offensive board. And Akani Kuyate, 9 points for her in this game, 7 rebounds, 3 assists. She's one of those role players for Cote d'Ivoire, quietly knocking down shots. Diawara gets it to Sahi for the long 2. Can't get it to drop. Cieza on the boards. Big rebound for her. Manages to keep it alive. And that's good hustle. Kalu picks up her 3rd foul.
It's good to see her humility there after she got the technical foul. And now talking to the referee, Monica Nasuna from Uganda, and asking what should I have done, and getting the explanation in the answer there. That speaks about her character.
Cieza, 2 offensive boards for her, going up against Okonkwo and the long arms of Makaule. She is really putting up a good fight against some very strong players. She'll shoot 2 as Okonkwo picks up her 3rd. Cote d'Ivoire now in the bonus, and these are the easy points that they need to make.
It is a big ask for Cote d'Ivoire to overturn a 20-point lead against Nigeria with 5 minutes to play in the last quarter, but they've got to try.
It's not over until that final buzzer. And that's a mentality that championship players have learned. Diawara gets it out to Salimata Baird for the 3-point shot, drills it. Salimata Baird now with 6 points, 8 points. Diawara on the run. That's good two-man play between Sahi and Diawara.
And finally, Cote d'Ivoire have a player in double digits as Jerafina Diawara makes it 11 points for herself.
Ibekwe slices through the defense, can't finish it. Look at the block from Cieza. Cieza has been the defensive player of this game for me, Usher. We saw her on the other end of the floor going up against Makaule and Okonkwo for the offensive boards. Now, the rejection in the low post. It's a great play from her. Cote d'Ivoire having moments of brilliance in this game. With 5 minutes to go in the 4th quarter, as Asha said, it's a tough ask to cut down this lead. So why not just play some great basketball and enjoy the moment?
Cote d'Ivoire enjoying every minute of this last quarter, and they know it, and are enjoying every possession as it comes, trying to do the easy things. Screen on the ball, look out for options. And Nigeria, who are in foul trouble, will have to reorganize themselves as Cote d'Ivoire will head to the line every time that Nigeria foul.
It's a reach-in foul called on Palace Kunai. Salimata Baird hits her first free throw. Gets the second to go as well. And believe it or not, Usher, Nigeria had the biggest lead at 25, but they've now managed to cut this to a 13-point game. And if you believe in miracles, now's a good time to pray for one if you're a fan of Cote d'Ivoire, as they manage to stop Nigeria on that possession, make sure they don't score.
Well, Cote d'Ivoire doing the simple things, and that is what has led them to this point. They're not worried about the cloak.
Kani Kouyaté with the runner. Rebound grabbed by Salimata Baird. Leticia Sahi gets the ball to Baird. Baird for the three. Sieza manages to keep it alive. And look at the fight from Cote d'Ivoire. Diawara managing to pass the ball from the floor. Kani Kouyaté, this could be big. Off on that shot. And Leticia Sahi called with another foul. You can see Salimata Baird talking to her, begging her to calm down. That's going to be her fourth. And surely Cote d'Ivoire cannot miss her presence on the floor right now. Kunayi fouled again by Leticia Sahi. And that will do it, Usher.
Fouled out in 2 straight games, Leticia Sahi, despite coming off the bench. Obviously, there's a lot of pressure in the paint. It's a difficult position to play, but she'll be very disappointed as you see her putting that towel over her face. It's been a long day, it's been a tough game, and against the reigning champions. But she'll be pleased at least that she put up 9 points for Cote d'Ivoire.
She was a great contributor for Cote d'Ivoire and a standout player in this tournament. She can hold her head high, knowing that with some minor adjustments, she can really become a force to be reckoned with. The game must go on for Cote d'Ivoire. 14-point lead for Nigeria. 2:20 to go here. Kani Kouyaté kicks it out to Diawara for the 3-point shot. Makala gets it to Amu Kamara, and Makale to Kunayi. They've worked the ball around for that 3-point shot from Amu Kamara, who makes it count.
That is 11 points for Promise Amu Kamara. Solid performance there.
Salimata Baird knocks down the long distance three, 13 points for her.
She benefited there from the screen as Amu Kamara went to the floor, and she didn't make any mistake.
Kalu with a response on the other end of the floor.
17 points for the reigning MVP as Nigeria run away with this one.
That's a wild shot from Uraga. Inbound to Makale. Makale finds Amu Kamara on the baseline. She can't get that one to go. And just under a minute to go here in the fourth quarter. Ezine Kalu with the dagger.
It is the technique, the timing of that three-pointer, and she enjoys it. She needed it at that particular moment in the game.
She's had to haggle with the referees. Got a technical early on in this game for her to stay mentally in it, hit down those big shots. As Uraga with the runner. And Cote d'Ivoire will fight in this game down to the last buzzer. Kalu. She gets the screen, beats her defender, kicks it out to Elonu. And the Kunai Palace, a good hustle from her, but she touched the line. She tried to grab down that rebound. Take a look on the replay there.
It's the effort that counts.
Eight seconds on the shot clock. And a double dribble called on Uraga. Coach Igor has made peace with the outcome of this game. Nigeria gonna lay it down to the final buzzer, and Nigeria have secured their spot in the semifinals. They were dominant from the get-go. 72 points to Nigeria, Cote d'Ivoire 56. And as Cote d'Ivoire have a huddle there at the center of the court, their journey for a bracket finish has come to an end, but not in this tournament. They'll play for the classification games between the 5th and 8th position. Usher, take us through some of those stats.
Well, looking at Nigeria, 15 for 36 from the field, 9 for 22 behind the arc, and Nigeria are running away with the rebounds, 49 and 38 for Cote d'Ivoire, 16 team assists for Nigeria, 11 for Cote d'Ivoire, and obviously the reigning MVP is Zine Kalu with 17 points, Amy Okonkwo with 14, Macaulay with 13 to lead the Tigress to a place in the semifinals and closer to that three-peat that they're looking for. Nigeria remain unbeaten since October 2nd, 2015, and they're looking very good and unstoppable.
They really are, Usher. And that lady on your screens right there, Okonkwo, she's had an outstanding game really in this matchup. 14 points for her. Leticia Sahi just couldn't rise over her foul trouble problems, and third quarter ended 59-35. Cote d'Ivoire were able to go on a run. In the fourth quarter, they were able to cut that lead to 13 points. After Nigeria had the biggest lead at 25. And really, what a fight from Cote d'Ivoire. We cannot take away from them the effort that they put in this game, Usher.
Yes, we can't take that away from them. They tried their level best, but they're coming up against a monster, for lack of words. And you can feel that, you know, Nigeria are warming up to the business end of the tournament. 31 points for them off the bench, and that is thanks to Amy Okonkwo, who did an incredible job with the 14 points on a day where Palace Kunai did not do much on the offensive side, but her size in the paint was very well welcomed, and Otis Hewley Jr. will be pleased with that victory for the Tigress.
The Tigress are now looking to face whoever finishes in the winners of the end of this day. That was the end of the first game, and we still have 3 games to go. Enjoying some of the highlights there Ezine Kalu casually throwing down 17 points. The Nigerian Tigress, very appreciative. That's the bracket on your screens, one step closer to that championship game. That will take us to the end of the first match of the day. Nigeria 72, Cote d'Ivoire 56. Stick around. We still have more amazing basketball in store for you.